Dana Susan Beasley of angelarts.biz, and today I want to talk to you about imagining your success. You know, the Bible says that without vision, my people perish. Well, without vision, without knowing your why, without knowing where you're heading, then that can make you fail, really. So I want you to think about what it would look like for you to be successful. Now, I know for me, a long time ago, I won't say how long, it came to me one day that I did not have to be one thing. At the time, I was a full-time graphic designer, and I was working for a nonprofit, and I realized that I really wasn't happy in that role. And so I began envisioning what my life would look like, and it involved having several callings. And what I call the pillar of my calling was being married and being a mother. And at that time, there was no prospects in sight. I was single. I was working full-time, more than full-time many times. But, you know, I imagined in the future what it would be like, and that I would have all these different roles, and then it would be very, very exciting and dynamic, and that my talents would be used for God's glory, be a vehicle for God's glory. And so that is what I envisioned way back in the 90s. And I even put it into a chart. And, you know, like I said, I worked for a nonprofit, so I was very familiar with making mission, vision, and value statements and charts and all sorts of things. So I made one for myself. So that's how that began. And I just imagined what it would be like to be successful. And success means different things for different people. For me, it was never about having some kind of mansion and being by a pool or by a beach. It was never like that for me. To me, it was the freedom to do the things that I love to do, like traveling. To me, that is my ultimate success, is having the freedom and the time to go out traveling, to do the things that I love to do, to like decorate the house like I wanted to, and things like that. So there's lots of different kinds of success. It doesn't have to be, you know, having that mansion and being by a pool and doing nothing. That had nothing to do with imagining my success. Because to me, success is in this old-fashioned word called self-actualization. Now, I know that sounds kind of new agey, but it is a very good word, and that means becoming who God meant me to be, and that includes in my business. And so when you know that, that fires you up, and so you can pour that out into your business and into the people that you serve. So having that imagination is really important. Just take some time, take a few minutes and think about where you want to be at the end of your life. You know, what is a legacy that you want to leave? Now, for me, I want to leave my two boys, you know, my son and my nephew. I want to leave them a thriving business that they can benefit from for the rest of their lives, whether they're actually actively running it or, you know, it's taken to other people. So that, to me, I want that legacy. But even more beyond that, to me, the ultimate success is the day that I face Jesus after I die, and he says to me, "Well done, good and faithful servant." That, to me, is my ultimate success. And then the legacy for my kids. And so, you know, I've broken that down, not like in minute detail, but in my head, I know that the big dreams I have for my success those are the long-term things, and then there's the short-term things, and just breaking that down and then being able to work that out step by step. And honestly, you know, a lot of times I just forget the big dream because it's too big. Well, too big, obviously, but too overwhelming. It will stop me. It will make me like a deer caught in the headlights. So I just put one foot in front of the other. What do I need to do next? What do I need to do next? And it's kind of interesting how it's happened that naturally over these last 20, 30 years that I have just gone in that direction anyway, because I had that big picture in the mind. And then when opportunities would come up, when ideas came up, they just naturally fit. It's nothing that I forced. It just happened. It was natural. So, but having that end in mind, like Stephen Covey, writes about, the 7 habits, I believe it's the 7 habits of successful people or something. That's where my thinking really, really started and taking off, was reading that book. So having that end in mind and then breaking it down into small, manageable chunks, and then having the discipline to do that on a consistent basis. So that is what imagining success is all about. All right, well, that's all for today. I hope that inspires you. Take that time and please, in the comments, tell me, what does success mean to you? How do you imagine it? And just have some fun. All right. So again, this is Dana Susan Beasley of angelarts.biz. Together, may we reach new heights in our businesses and beyond.